Hello and welcome to this 23rd day of MIAMAFV, where I give you an introduction to my home state of South Carolina.
It's red panty night when you sign to fight me, yeah?
Have you ever? No, I've never! I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
I'm gay.
South Carolina was the 8th state to join the Union back in 1788, and in 1860, it was the first state to leave. But don't worry, they were rightly punished for that. More on that later. If we're going to start with South Carolina, let's start with its better half, the upcountry. Most often called the upstate, although there really is no upper or lower part of the state, there's just east and west. Upcountry more than anything refers to altitude rather than any sort of geographic placement. Born and raised in Greenville County, I can say that Greenville is one of the finest cities in the state. Ever growing and always something new and interesting going on in the city. If there's something you want to see, chances are Greenville has it. However, Greenville County, I must say that is a whole different beast. You see, Greenville City is just surrounded by sticks and just the boonies. You don't want to go out there. Although Travelers Rest is a nice, quiet mountain town, beyond that, there's really no reason to venture outside of city limits. And Lord help you if you end up in Spartanburg or Anderson County, ain't nothing good going on out there. But if you happen to be of darker complexion, I suggest you stay well the fuck away from Pickens County. Lord, hell no. If you have a strong tan going out there or a Hillary 2016 bumper sticker, I think it's safe to say you ain't gonna come back, at least not one piece, nohow. Oconee County sitting out next to it is nice and quiet, out in the foothills. However, it is home to one of the worst places in all of South Carolina, Clemson University. For about 6 Saturdays out of the year, that place is completely inhospitable. I suggest you stay well the hell away. Now, before we get done talking about the upcountry, I gotta talk about the foothills and the Appalachians. It is one of the most gorgeous drives you will ever take in the state, but that's really about all there is to do there. Just drive. Ain't no towns up there. There's the occasional $1 million home, the occasional homegrown terrorist. Other than that, not much to see. Moving down towards the middle part of the state, you have Columbia, our capital, and be honest with you, just a swamp full of politicians with their grubby ass fingers always trying to claw their way up the ladder. Not to mention, Columbia was also the birthplace of the Confederacy. That treacherous debacle that nearly burned down half a state thanks to William Tecumseh Sherman. But hell, if you ask me, I say one burn down ain't nearly enough for Columbia. The only good thing I got to say about Columbia, it is home to my favorite college football team, the University of South Carolina Gamecocks. Other than that, the middle part of the state ain't got much to talk about. There's Rock Hill, but that's more part of North Carolina than anything. Newberry is a nice little town, but hell, there ain't nothing to do out there. Ain't nothing to see. Hell, there hardly even any fucking restaurants. Going down towards the low country, you go through Florence and Conway, nice quiet towns. Orangeburg is full of hard-working, decent people. 96 is probably the most oddly named town out of South Carolina. However, if you happen to be passing through Florence County during Labor Day weekend, you probably hear the sound of mechanical thunder off in the distance. That is Darlington Raceway, NASCAR's first super speedway built back in 1950. Now, once you finally reach the coastline, you will come across one of the largest sites of just debauchery and drunken, rambunctious behavior you damn ever seen. Myrtle Beach. It's hard to believe, but just 20 years ago, it was a great place to be. Very family friendly and whatnot. But afterwards, it just turned into a cesspool, and there ain't nothing good ever going on out there. North Myrtle Beach has, for the most part, been able to avoid most of this, but even they're starting to succumb to it. If you want a place along the coast that actually has some culture and where you're not afraid to get stabbed or shot going down to the local gas station, go on down to Charleston for some quintessential coastal South Carolina living. However, if you venture too far south, you might end up in Hilton Head. Although it does have good golf resorts, it's got a yuppie vibe to it. I never much care for that damn place. And while you're in Charleston, check out Patriots Point, home of the USS Yorktown, one of the last remaining Essex-class carriers from the United States Navy. Yes, Charleston certainly is one of the classiest places to be in South Carolina. Very nice place, really the Greenville of the low country. Well, I say that about wraps it all up. I think I've hit all the high points and the low points of the state. So until next time, I guess I'll be seeing you around. Y'all come back now.